What's up, guys? Nick here from Vapor Rage out in Las Vegas, coming at you with another video tutorial on one of my personal favorite devices called the Vamo. Right here. This particular Vamo, I think, is the version 5, if I'm not mistaken. There's been a lot of different versions, obviously version 1, 2, 3, and 4 that have been made, and I'm sure there will continue to be made just because of the fact that, number one, they're one of the first cost-effective mods that came out with variable voltage and wattage in the same device, besides the Darwin. Number two, they're just a hell of a good device, and that's just my personal opinion. This particular Vamo is chrome. It's not stainless steel, so that means that, you know, after a while it's probably going to start to tarnish and start to turn a little bit brass on you. It's just to be expected. If you don't want that, then we do carry the blackened version, which might tarnish as well, but also there is a stainless steel version available on the market too. The Vamo is a really awesome device simply because of the fact that, number one, it does variable voltage and wattage in the same device. Number two, it just has a few different buttons here, all of which are pretty damn clicky. But the buttons just allow a little bit easier functions, unlike the SID in my previous video. A little bit easier to turn up your voltage or your wattage and check your resistance and things like that. Instead of clicking the same button 50 times to get into the menu screen, it just makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to put a battery in here and show you. First of all, though, it does come in a couple different configurations. Seen in altogether, it's for an 18650 battery. If you want to use something like an 18350, the bottom cap here will just unscrew, and then you unscrew this cap, and then this little piece right here you're just going to set off to the side. You're not really going to need it. The bottom battery cap is going to go back on, giving you a much smaller device for use with an 18350 battery, which a lot of people like because they don't want the bigger 2 mods or something like that. So this will be a great device for you to carry with you, and here it is actually next to an 18650 battery. So you see it's not really much taller than an 18650 battery. But for all intents and purposes for this video, I do have an 18650, so we're going to use that tube on the device itself. And that's just going to thread on there like that. And then you're just going to insert the battery from the bottom, positive end, up towards the screen, like always. And then your battery cap is going to go on the device as well. Just like that. And when you do this, okay, and then you're going to see here you do have 3 buttons. So you have your fire button here, you have your voltage up and down here as well. Okay, so 5 clicks is going to turn the device on, and as you see it says system on, and then you'll see here you can turn your voltage up or you can turn your voltage down. Alright, there are a few different settings that this device will do. Again, if you hold voltage up, it's going to display the atomizer resistance to whatever the coil is you have attached. If you notice right now it says 9.9, and that just means that there's nothing reading on top because I don't have a tank attached to it. Now if you do something like you take the hold on one second here. We're going to put the coil inside of the Pro Tank 2, and we're going to seat the Pro Tank 2 on the device just to show you the difference. Okay, now if you try to read the resistance, it's going to read 2.6. And basically that just means now that the coil that's inside of the tank is 2.6 ohms, and then by 2.6 ohms you need to just adjust your voltage accordingly. If you know what you're doing with the voltage and ohms and stuff like that, then it'll be a lot easier for you, but pretty much it's the reason why they made something called variable wattage, which just allows it to be a lot easier for the people that don't really understand Ohm's law and how everything works. For the people that don't understand that, we are going to be doing a video on Ohm's law as well here in the future, and explaining the difference between voltage and wattage and resistance and all of these things that are just going to make it a little bit better and make it make more sense for you, the viewer. Alright, now if you notice, so you have over here your voltage up, that's going to display your resistance. If you hold voltage down, it's going to give you the voltage. Now this isn't the voltage that you have the device set to. It's more or less the voltage that your battery is charged to. So right now it's at 4.1, which means it's almost fully charged. 4.2 is a full charge coming off the charger, so when you first put a battery in there it should read 4.2, and then as the battery drains down to 3.2 is when the device will no longer function, and it lets you know by saying low voltage on the screen that you have to take the battery out and you have to put a new battery in your device. Alright? Again, the fire button here, when you press it, it's going to light up a display. And right now it's showing the voltage that you currently have your device set to. If we turn it up to 5 volts and let the screen go black, it locks in. Then when you go to fire it, it's going to show you what voltage you have your device set to. See a difference. If you want to switch it to wattage and you hold both buttons down at the same time, you'll see you have your screen here. If you click voltage down, you can change it between wattage or voltage. If you hold voltage up, you can change through your different menu options as well. Basically, it just takes a little bit of playing with it. You have your LCD on off, which means that you can turn your LCD off when you fire the button. Instead of lighting up, it'll just stay black. You have voltage and wattage, which just allows you to make the changes necessary if you want to do voltage or wattage. And then you also have your LCD display, which means instead of displaying voltage, you can get it to display either your wattage, your resistance of the coil, or you can get it to display the charge remaining from your battery. I prefer my screens to say the charge from my battery because I know what voltage and wattage I set it to, like previously explained. I don't need the device to read it on the screen. Just makes it a little bit easier to always know what charge your battery is at. So as always, my friends, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and vape on.